Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Saturday night, I'm staying in. I'm sober. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, but I do have a couple of drinks on lock. I'm going to be making a few mixes throughout this listen through. I'm going to have a late night, early morning. Get a couple of videos done for you. This is the only time I've found in this week to do so. So thanks for being patient. I mean, it won't really mean much to anybody who's on YouTube because it'll just be consistent as always. But for those in the Patreon, thank you. We've got some new videos coming up. All the recommendations, all of the, trustful Patreon subscribers. You'll be getting what you deserve over the next couple of days. Cannibal Corpse CC, not to be mistaken for Crowd Control. For all of those World of Warcraft fans out there. Anybody used to play World of Warcraft? Actually, surprisingly enough, Corpse Grinder is a big World of Warcraft fan, right? Or at least he was. I played it for a little bit, up until Wrath of the Lich King. So if you've got any references of like the Burning Crusade and that, please leave them in the comment section throughout this listen through. We got 10 tunes. I think one of them's a bonus track. Let's have a quick dig. Yeah, one of them is a bonus. So, the album's got 9 tracks, but we'll listen to the bonus track because it's not like throwaway material. It seems like it's an actual bit of music. This first song's entitled Meat Hook Sodomy. I don't know this record. I never listened to this record before. I had Tomb of the Mutilated on CD, but I've never listened to Butchered at Birth. Let's go. The mixer for tonight, Rubicon Sparkling Passion. I mixed one of these with a 60, is it a 35 CL of vodka, yeah? So you can tell the distribution. I like a stiff drink, alright? And you'll be able to tell that as the night goes on. It's got quite a modern vocal. That's some good stuff right there, people. I'm parched. Not on the sugar-free tonight. We don't need one minute to start the record off like this, so this is going to be an alright record, I reckon, but let me just tell you, as far as a reaction is concerned, this is a bad start to the record. This is a bad start to the record. Let's go. Don't drink. Let's go. This guy with 243 thumbs up, 336 to 432, so essentially a minute long section. The most sexy, gorgeous and badass riff in any metal genre history, period. Wow. Wow, that is a bold statement, and with the amount of thumbs up sort of backing that up, it's only one way to find out. From 3 minutes 36 onwards. Let's get started, come on. most gorgeous, sexiest riff of metal history, supposedly, coming up. Yo, let me just tell you, whoever made that comment has probably listened to no metal whatsoever. What you on about? This is a relatively basic riff, like. You can tell this is like an entryway, like extreme band, because the comments, like this comment in particular, what the flying fudge, with 415 thumbs up. My sweet little 3-year-old son was having trouble going to sleep last night. I sang him this song as a lullaby. It's just like, it's not even funny. Like, only people who have just like, you know, who find this outright shocking, you know what I mean, and like insane as far as the vocals are concerned, would find that anywhere near funny. It's just like, you know what I mean. If you went and found a niche act through people who've sort of gone through the gateway of metal and extreme music or punk music or whichever, you know what I mean, and have had to listen to a few bands before getting to there, you won't see comments like this because it's just not funny, is it? I'm hating tonight, people. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying the music, but I'm just hating on people. I'm hating on people. Vanguard 4065 says the greatest intro in death metal. Nah, not a chance. It ruined it. In all honesty, I don't want to put my CD because I wouldn't have got this on record. I would have bought this from HMV, bought it on CD back as a teenager. That's how I would have come across this, and I'll have put it in, and I wouldn't have wanted to sit through like a minute and 30 of that at the start each and every time. Nah, no chance. It'd be a straight skip. This is standard tuning, like half step down perhaps. I don't think it's in D standard, is it? Sounds like standard tuning. I bet that's a cool riff. That was Meat Hook Sodomy. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. I think most of the record is gonna take influence from that. So let's keep on moving. We've got a Gutted coming up next. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Cannibal Corpse tonight. I'm sipping on a vodka and passion fruit fizzy pop as we speak. Only just started at the start of this record, so as we go through, I'm probably going to start slurring and burring a little bit. Gutted is the title of this one. It's track number 2. Let's go. Butchered at Birth is what we're listening to. Very organic drum kit sound. I like the artwork. I like the woman in particular who's laying on this slab, cause her skin is pure white like marble, and although it is grotesque, there is a classical element to it. You know, there is a um, it is a good display of artwork. You know, someone talented has put this together, albeit very gruesome and grotesque. The pitch black background as well, just like black as the night. There, very very striking. Henry Griffin 40 says Butchered at Birth is the best Cannibal Corpse work. Someone said the intro sounded like Piece by Piece. I didn't pick up on that. Come on. I think it marks a great sort of middle ground, a great transition from the 80s to the 90s. Because this was put out in 91, and it just sounds so incredibly traditional, but the production value is good. It's really good. And there's something about it. There really is something about it that seems to be ahead of its time. And I think it might be the production. I think it might be how clean it sounds. Without sort of ridding of the traditional value, because that drum kit in particular sounds very organic, which I like. I think that the kick drum sounded a bit punchy there at the end. I wanted, you know what I mean, were triggers a thing at this point? I doubt it, but you know where I'm coming from. We've got Living Dissection coming up next. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, listening to Butchered at Birth, track 3 of 10, Living Dissection. Let's go. Come on. Here we go again. You'll find this is the last time I'll comment on it, unless something really stupid turns up. You can just tell how much of an entryway band this is for people, because they just comment this unfunny trash. My grandma's favourite band. And they say it's my grandma's favourite band because they generally don't have a spectrum or understanding of metal. So this is like the most insane, intense thing to them. And don't get me wrong, everyone starts somewhere, and everyone, you know, this band is like the death metal band, I would argue. So, you know, as far as death metal's concerned, people wanting to sort of like see the other side of the fence, so to speak, probably pop over and leave a funny comment. But we got people, it's sort of like half and half. We've got some people who just like proper rootsy death metal fans saying this song is devastating, an immense masterpiece. Someone saying best death metal album of all time. People saying a true masterpiece. And then the other side is just like people sort of trying to get likes, making comments about, you know, look, I got here, finally I found a song for sleep. It's crazy, right? They need to do a kids bop version of this. Yeah, I don't like it. So this is Chris Barnes on the vocals. I wonder when Corpse Grinder comes about. Man, back in high school on YouTube, a video I used to watch from time to time. I don't know when the record comes in, but they did a tune called Frantic Disembowelment. And they had like a live playthrough, and back in the day that was insane to me. That's just a passing comment, irrelevant to this song, but you know, relevant to my experience with Cannibal Corpse. I think that riff in particular kind of reminded me of it, but just like slowed down. A quite chromatic, dissonant. I got a question for you metalheads. Cannibal Corpse or Deicide, which is the better band? Which was the better band? First guitar solo. That was the best riff and the best moment of the record so far. That heavy metal bit. Yeah, that was sick. And when he switched it up on the open hi-hat, that was sick. Yeah, that was my favourite bit of the record so far. Under the Rotted Flesh, coming up next. The long one at 5 minutes 2 seconds. Let's keep going. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to Cannibal Corpse tonight, people. Let's just jump in, shall we? We're on track numero 4 of 9, which would be the actual legitimate record, but there's a bonus track on this playlist, so we're going to call it 4 out of 10, because we'll check that out. Let's go. Under the Rotted Flesh. No messing about. Heavy. This is a great riff. Great riff. This is the best track on the record so far. This is really good. That riff is crushing. What's that? Like a super slow reverse snare? What's that real low end? That's reverse. quite a hypnotic element in that main riff there. Bow wow 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 da 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 da. But well, that was in a major key, wasn't it? I don't think Cannibal Corpse would have enjoyed that one, but some of the better riffs in that one, like from the first quarter onwards, really good. Yeah, them triplets and just the guitar tone when he really digs in with the chug in there. I enjoyed that. That was good. We've got Covered with Sores coming up next. All right. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV signing in. Cannibal Corpse, Butchered at Birth. We're listening to this record. Initially, I thought it might have been quite a slow listen, given some of the songs are a little longer than what I care to listen to, generally speaking. But this has been a nice, easy listen. Covered with Sores is the title of this one. Let's go. 3 minutes 15, quite a short one. Oh, we got a mosh intro. Daniel San says my favourite death metal song of all time. Ba, 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 ba. Now, I'm not a death metal head, but I'm going to ask a question. What would the deal be if a band came around sounding like this right now? It'd be pretty cool, right? Don't get me wrong, great quality music, but I'm just wondering, would it still be like so striking, just like, whoa, this death metal band is something else, man? Or is there a lot of like knockoff bands that sound somewhat like this nowadays? Like I said, I'm not much of a death metal head, so I can't tell you much about it. Come on. Pretty good. That was a little more of a fan favourite, that. At least in comparison to Under the Rotted Flesh, had about 100,000 more views. Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, what can you say? Jeez. Right, we're kicking off strong here. Even more views on this one. Vomit the Soul coming up next, track number 6 of 10. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, Butchered at Birth. That's the record. This is track 6 of 10. Vomit the Soul. Let's go. Ignorant. Come on. Glenn Benton there, yeah? Got to be respected, hasn't it? Real recognise real in this game, yeah? Well. This record's gone quite easy with the guitar solos, which I like. I think that was the second guitar solo we've heard 6 songs in. That's a reasonable effort. I don't mind that at all. As opposed to like the traditional every single bloody song routine. Sounds shit though, let's be fair. Done and dusted. That was a good tune. That was really good, to be fair with you. I like that one a lot. A lot of good ideas, a lot of good riffs. Yeah. Very cool as far as a mosher is concerned. It's a good tune to mosh to as well. Bit of Glenn Benton. Very nice to hear that because I really liked Deicide's debut record. We've only gone to the second record so far, Legion, but their first record in particular I really enjoyed. Title track coming up, Butchered at Birth, track 7 of 10 coming up. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Butchered at Birth is the title of this one, track 7 of 10. It's the shortest one on the record, I believe, at 2 minutes 43. Let's go. We love a short king over here, right? Come on. Give me blue balls there. Quite funny, isn't it? It really is offensive noise, which is quite humorous in its own way, really, isn't it? A fast little number, in it. I like it because it's not to the degree where the blast beats have just got so like there's an intensity to the record, but not down to the point of it being like extreme purely for extreme's sake. They stay within like, you know, I feel like Cannibal Corpse play at maximum up until about 85% of their capabilities, whether that be guitar technicality, speed, heaviness, and just sort of outright grotesque sort of morbidity. I think they stay, you know, in they never sort of sound like they're trying too hard, respectfully, which is good. Which means it's very organic and it just sounds, you know, it's just good. It's just really good. We got Rancid Amputation coming up next, track number 8 of 10. There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. We're sipping on a vodka tonight, people. Rancid Amputation is the title of this one. Track 8 of 10, let's go. What's good, metalheads? Let's go. That's a good riff. This is a really good riff. ...1991 Metal Blade Records. Ba-ba-ba-da. 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 Very heavy metal style of phrasing, rhythmically with the vocal. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba. Boo-boo-boo. Very good. Yeah, I think that was one of my favourites. That was definitely one of my favourites. That main riff that sort of revised itself at the end. That was just so smooth and legato, and it was just such in perfect sync with the kick drum there, or the blast. It just very fantastic. That was really good. That arguably was my favourite track on the record, maybe. Rancid Amputation, that was. We got Innards Decay coming up next, track number 9 of 10. Yes Now, Bless Now, Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Butchered at Birth, track 9 of 10, entitled Innards Decay. Last tune was a banger. Let's go. This would be like the last track on the album, I think. But we've got one more song after this, which is a bonus track. Peace. Yo, let me just read some comments before we get into this, okay? Because we got some good comments. Danielson says, except for Covered with Swords, my favourite Cannibal Corpse song ever, pure masterpiece. But he's been saying masterpiece on everyone. Campbell Edwards says, honestly, the best Cannibal Corpse song ever. OG Skywalker says, facts. Someone says, real. Brockout says, 139, one of the greatest sections of death metal ever written. This is my favourite Cannibal Corpse song, says Luis Marcio Costa. One of the best, the classic. This must be a good tune. I've just asked my mate what's the best Cannibal Corpse record. See what he says. Ignorant. Come on. These dudes think they're my sugar. And I just got a response from my friend. If you didn't pick up earlier, I asked my mate, what's the best Cannibal Corpse record? He says Vile, Corpse Grinder's debut. He believes that's the best record. He also says anybody that says 89 to 92 is false. So what do you have to say about that? He also said, this one goes out to all you metalheads. Please, 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 if you're opinionated, leave a comment down below about this one. He says, 1996 is the peak year for death metal. What do you think to that? He says 96 to 98 is peak death metal. I think he's speaking generally, yeah? He says Barnes era best is the debut, and then the Bleeding comes second. But he says the jump from the Bleeding to Vile is unreal. What do you think to that? Very good. That was Inner's Decay. Very cool tune. Let's finish off with the bonus track, Covered with Saws. Alright, see you there. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. We're going to finish this record off. Butchered at Birth is what we've been listening to. This is track 10 of 10. Although it should be track 10 of 9. This is a bonus track entitled Covered with Saws. Let's go.
What the fuck's up? Let me fucking hear you guys out there.
Get up.
This next song is from Butchered at Birth.
Is it a complete live recording?
With swords.
Them vocals sounding insane live. Oh, well, of course it's a bonus track. We've had Covered with Saws on in the record. Come on now, I'm playing it now. We'll listen to the live recording. Very well sound engineered. Well, I got something to say, right? Someone says it's a shame that Chris lost his growl over the years, but George still goes hard. People hate. Oh, is this Corpse Grinder? Oh, is it Corpse Grinder on vocals on this recording? Thing is, people hate on Chris Barnes, bruh. I don't know about his band, what he's in at the moment. 6 Feet Deep, is that what it's called? Bro, I heard like someone taking the piss, like posting some of his music. It sounded hard. The vocals sounded ignorant. Whatever I heard, it sounded ignorant as hell, man. So from the little snippet I've heard, being a hardcore punk fan, the vocals sounded ridiculously ignorant. Not much of a snare production on this, eh? Although, let me just make a comment. If they're throwing on a Corpse Grinder recording on the bonus of the Butchered of Birth record, low-key, I find it a bit disrespectful. I think they should have just let my man Barnes have his time to shine. I don't know why they need to throw Corpse Grinder into the mix singing his songs. I guess it opens up room for discussion, but... You know, even like looking through the eyes of Corpse Grinder, you know, Barnes had his own legacy, man. I don't think you need to go out of your way. Incredible. Someone says, was the cussing really necessary? Someone said, my brother in Christ, this is death metal. Shut up, I'm gay, and I don't care if the metal songs say swears. Right, I'll ask you this. Were the swears really necessary? That's my question to finish off. Yeah, pretty cool. As I said, as far as discussion is concerned, it's not about who was better, this was better, that was better. If this was the OG and perhaps Chris Barnes wrote this lyrical content, composed the song, I personally wouldn't have put like a live version with Corpse Grinder on, because why not? He's got his own material, should stick with his own. That's my personal opinion. Oh, I didn't get too drunk by the end of that, did I? I've got half of a bottle left. This was an easy listen. I'll do one more video, yeah, on my other channel, and it'll have the rest of my thoughts of this record, and I'll rate it out of 10. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless. Now don't forget the rest now, people. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Pardon me. We just listened to Cannibal Corpse, Butchered at Birth, the second LP from the band, released in 91, I believe, potentially 92. It was 91, let's be fair, it was 91. 9 tracks. The version we listened to, at least the playlist we listened to, had a bonus track, which was a live recording of Covered with Saws. It wasn't necessary, to be fair, but we listened to that much material. It was a pretty good record. Let me cut to the chase. If you've only just joined me, I will clarify myself in saying that I'm a fan of hardcore punk music, I'm a fan of dance floor music, and traditional death metal doesn't necessarily cut that for me. Like, if it's more heavy metal based as opposed to like thrash metal based, it doesn't necessarily do much for me. And this band, Cannibal Corpse, is a band that sort of fits that criteria, generally speaking. So overall, it's not my cup of tea, but it was an enjoyable experience. Let me tell you one thing: it was very easy to listen to. It was very easy to go through the music. All 9 tracks sort of came and went. I didn't have to go and have a breather. I didn't have to, rest at all. I mean, look at me, I'm tired. It's currently 20 past 2 in the morning. I had no problem listening through to this record to tick the box, so to speak, because why not? You lot want to see me do a bit of Cannibal Corpse, because Cannibal Corpse have got an incredible fan base. Sound engineering was good. I can't complain whatsoever. Allowed the drums to be organic, allowed the guitars to be organic, a little bit more polished than what you do get in death metal music. It didn't necessarily have the grit you find in traditional death metal music, even to a higher standard. It was a little more polished, but I think it suited the band. A lot. Vocals were good. Vocals were very consistent. We didn't really fluctuate in frequency or performance whatsoever. We just sort of kept it low and slow and guttural, I can't complain. Guitar work was pretty good. Bit of chromaticism, bit of dissonance here and there, a few mixes and matches with different elements, a couple of slight harmonies, but not necessarily emphasising on it too much. One thing I did like about the record was that there was a somewhat of a limitation on guitar solos. There were guitar solos, but from a metal standpoint, from a traditional metalhead standpoint, they were quite limited. They weren't just like in every track for the sake of it, which was brilliant. That was really good. Drummer was good. One thing I clocked onto is the drummer didn't necessarily play too many fills, or at least too many outstanding fills as to where it caught your ear. Just very basic, just played the beats, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, back to beat 1, and did the job well. The drum production was very nice and organic, which is what I liked a lot. If I was going to rate this record, I'm going to give it a respectable rating. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. And that being said, that's from my perspective. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because I'm not going to listen back to this record. There's nothing that sold me, but I appreciate it for what it is. It's a consistent record. There's enough material on here for you to enjoy and to listen back and sort of hear things you didn't hear before. There's no downside to the record. If you like the sound, then you will like the record. There's no filler, there's no downside, there's no weak points whatsoever. There's a high standard, a high bottom from start to finish. Really good. I'm not going to talk on a bonus track. If you want to hear my opinions on that, a Corpse Grinder variation of a Chris Barnes tune, then watch that on King of the Pit TV channel. And yeah, I'll leave that at that. That was Butchered at Birth. It was a fair shout. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.